Before Sonic was the 3D non-polygonal rodent we know him as today, he was the 2D 16-bit hedgehog that saved the gaming industry, according to Kiro Talks. So, as a tribute to 2D Sonic, I will rank my top 10 favorite 2D Sonic games. Without wasting any more time, let's dive into number 10. At number 10 is Sonic Spinball. Most people wouldn't think of this game as one of the top 10 Sonic games, but I do. I have a soft spot for pinball games, yet I have never played Pinball Party. I have played the Genesis version of Sonic Spinball, because everyone knows that Master System boards are absolute doo-doo. I like the mechanics of having to do certain things to advance. I also like how it is a pinball story game. The main story is about Dr. Robotnik converting a volcano into a series of pinball-themed chambers. I know most pinball games do this, but this one is Sonic, so it's better. At number 9 is Sonic the Hedgehog for the Game Boy Advance. No, I'm not trying to be different or quirky. I just genuinely enjoy this game. This may sound silly, but the low frames actually bring some sort of charm to the game. I have been non-stop hearing about how bad this port is until I actually started to play it, and then realized this game isn't even that bad. The screen crunch is reasonable for the Game Boy Advance, and the sound isn't really that bad. Yet people still qualify this game as the worst in the world, just because you don't see some of the screen. Sonic Pocket Adventure ranks number 7 on my list of top 10 favorite Sonic games due to its nostalgic factor, as it was released on the Neo Geo Pocket Color in 1999, evoking fond memories of that era. The game retains the classic 2D platforming style, reminiscent of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Sonic the Hedgehog 3, providing a familiar yet refreshing experience. Despite the limitations of the handheld console, it incorporates unique features like special stages, time trials, and multiplayer linking capability, adding depth and replayability. The graphics and soundtrack are impressive for the Neo Geo Pocket Color, maintaining a bright and colorful aesthetic that enhances the game's charm. Its compact yet fulfilling adventure, well-designed levels, and portability made it a standout title for on-the-go gaming. The collaboration between SNK and Sonic Team brought together SNK's handheld expertise and Sonic Team's vision, resulting in a distinct entry in the Sonic series. Lastly, personal connections and special memories associated with the game further elevate its status, making Sonic Pocket Adventure a cherished part of my Sonic collection. At numero 6 is Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. This game started the franchise I'm talking about right now, so of course it must be in my top 10. There are a few good levels, like Green Hill Zone, Starlight Zone. That's really it, to be honest. All the over zones are mid. Marble Garden Zone is slow. Scrap Brain Zone's last act is the most infamous level in the entire Sonic franchise. Speaking of Labyrinth Zone, one of the worst video game water levels, according to Watch Mojo. The fact that it has water makes it bad enough, but the slow-paced platforming, unintentional traps, and annoying enemies makes this level the worst Sonic levels in history. But parallel to that is the most iconic, well-crafted, and influential levels in video game history. More specifically, Sonic history, as it has been remade and reimagined since the sequel. Green Hill Zone. This zone Zone has been recreated many times in Sonic 2, 3, CD generations. At number 5 is Sonic Rush. This game is all about going fast and outrunning the camera, which, if you don't know, is my favorite type of Sonic game. In Sonic Rush, there is the ability to boost, further encouraging the player to go fast. There is still some amount of platforming in this game, which allows skill to be used in the game. At the 4th spot is Sonic CD. The special stages are so fun to play. I love jumping around and smashing whatever you hit. The levels are weirdly constructed. They aren't bad by any means, but just different, like, for example, Collision Chaos, the second level. After Palm Tree Panic, it is meant for exploration, but not in a slow Sonic-type way. I love this game and play it occasionally, so it's a no-brainer to put it this high up the list. At the 3rd spot is Sonic Mania for phones. Alright everyone, put your pitchforks and torches down, and let me explain. It's still the same Sonic game, but with additional mobile features. It has the same controls as the Christian Whitehead remakes of Sonic 1, 2, and CD, which, by the way, are amazing games. And if you're that thirsty for the original controls, then buy a controller that cost anywhere from $8, $10 for my American viewers, to $40, $51 for my American viewers. And please, stop complaining. Please. Second place goes to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This is probably the best prequel to a game I have ever played. Yes, I know about Super Mario 3. Introducing a new character was probably the best thing to happen to this franchise. I love how his story is shown instead of told. He starts as an unidentified obstacle in Sonic Path, and then we later find out that Dr. Robotnik tricked him into doing his work by telling him that Sonic and Tails are after the Chaos Emeralds, which is a lie, because they already had them before Knuckles knocked Sonic out of his super form. And instead of being a liability to Sonic and Tails, he makes it up to us by helping us take down Eggman. The sprites look amazing. They look rough and advanced at the same time, and Mecha Sonic Mark II goes unexplainably hard. And in the first place is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I love this game beyond words. This was the first Sonic game I have ever played. I vividly remember opening my Amazon Fire tablet and opening Sonic 2 and struggling with Mystic Caves. Chemical Plant Zone is one of my favorite levels in this game. It's built around going fast and keeping your momentum. This game holds a special place in my Gen Z heart. Honestly, I can write about this game for hours and hours, but if I did do that, the video would be way too long. And I know the average attention span has dropped drastically, thanks to TikTok, Shorts, and Reels. As a kid, I could never beat the final boss, or obtain Supersonic, but now, I can. With only Sonic, the addition to Tails was kind of a mixed bag for me. On the one hand, you can use him for co-op mode, and if you're bad at the game, you can fly to the end of the level. And what's even better is that you can play as Knuckles if you have Sonic and Knuckles ad, or have the mobile port installed. This game had one of the best Sonic sprites in the history of Sonic 2D games. I don't care what anyone says about this sprite, as it is the greatest sprite I have ever witnessed my eyes upon. It is unbelievably clean, the right shade of blue, predecessor